Yo, what's good? Trouble T Roy, don't get hit boxing talk. Back with another quick one. So what I heard yesterday is that rumor of I didn't see the tweet, but apparently or the tweets or whatever they were. Apparently Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson going back and forth about offers or whatever. I guess apparently Devin Haney sent Shakur Stevenson the offer for a 75 to 25% deal, and Shakur Stevenson has declined. Now, I don't put much stock into it, me honestly. I think it is cool. It's good that they are talking about fighting, but I don't put much stock into it because, for one, I think Shakur Stevenson also did say that was the first offer put on the table, which means that, of course, if you're Shakur Stevenson, you're going to play your cards. And he also said that he believes he is worth more than that, and which I do agree with myself. And I mean, it's a fight to me that I don't even think is going to happen anytime soon anyways, because Devin Haney he's been playing around with the idea of going up to 140 anyways. And Shakur Stevenson is just making his way up to 135. I think he's only had one fight there so far, which he looked pretty impressive, but so far that's one fight. He still has a lot of growing that he's doing, as well as Devin Haney. Devin Haney, I believe he has said that he's had trouble making the 135, so I mean, it seems like the bar is being set for him to go up to 140. So, I mean, I don't really know as far as details as of if they were to fight next, which like I say, I don't believe is happening. Not next for sure, but if they were to fight, if it would be at 135 or 140, where Devin Haney has, talked about going up to. Devin Haney being the 135 undisputed champion right now. I mean, he could stay there and continue to defend his titles, or I guess let the belts go, and which will open up a lot of doors for Shakur Stevenson to become a title holder at 135. So, I mean, talk is talk. They doing their thing. Like I said, Shakur said this is the first offer that's been put on the table for the fight to happen. So 9 times out of 10, you already know how that goes. The first offer is never really the final offer. I don't remember hearing about any fights where a final offer was the first offer being put on the table. So, it is what it is with that. Me personally, like I said, I do agree with Shakur Stevenson. I think he's better. He's worth and better than 25% of a split for a fight. Regardless of this, if this is at 135 for the undisputed title, or if this is at 140 for, just a fight. I mean, yes, Devin Haney would, I would say, be the A side. I would say that, yes, him being undisputed at 135, and then him being able to play his role, going up to 140 and use that as his, his advantage. But also, Shakur Stevenson is also a 2-division champion. Well, he is a 2-division champion, and more than likely, depending on what Devin Haney, if he decides to go to 140, I believe he will become a 3-division champion. So, I mean, I look at it like this. My whole thing, I will just put this out there, I will leave it alone. I would respect Devin Haney's offer. I don't think 25 is enough. 75-25 split is a good split between the two, but I can respect it a little more if Devin Haney, I said this on the tweet on Twitter, I said that I would respect it a little more if Devin Haney did one of two things, which is he decisively beat Lomachenko in their fight, or he ran, which I don't think he did. Me personally, I thought that Lomachenko won the fight, and that's just my opinion. You can argue with me. I'm not gonna argue back because I really don't care what you think about what I think. It's what I think, and that's just is what it is. You don't have to agree with me. That's fine. But seeing that I don't believe that he really beat Lomachenko decisively, I would respect at least more if he ran it back. You know what I'm saying? And then beat him decisively. You know, people like to compare, or I don't know about now, but people like to compare Devin Haney to Floyd Mayweather. When he was coming in the game, a lot of people said that Devin Haney was going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. Now, one thing Floyd Mayweather did was if he felt, or if he knew that people felt that he didn't win a fight, he ran it back, and he did it right away. We look at Castillo, and we look at Maidana. He ran both of those fights back right away because there was a lot of controversy in the decisions that was made. You know, people wasn't very happy with his performance in those first fights. So he said, you know what, run it back, and I'll make sure you guys believe that I won this time. I'll make you guys understand, make you guys feel that I won this time, for real. You know, y'all didn't like the way I performed the first time. Let me run it back and show y'all why I am that guy. And that's what Mayweather did. This is what I was hoping Devin Haney would do, because I do believe Devin Haney is capable of beating Vasyl Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Which he got the decision, which is, I mean, hey, it is what it is. That's fair game. He got the decision, but I was at the fight, and a lot of people, when that decision was said, a lot of people, including myself, we didn't agree that he won that fight. I would have been okay with a draw, but that's just me. But a lot of people didn't believe that he won that fight. So with all this being said, I could respect the 25. And I know it's not really about decisions and stuff like that, because splits is more about how much do you bring in as far as the profit of the fight, as far as, you know, but at the same time, the way you win fights is what brings in profit. Like Mike Tyson being the youngest champion, the youngest heavyweight champion in history, the way he used to beat people, you know what I'm saying? The excitement that he brought with his performances, that's what brought in the money. And a lot of people argue that Stevenson isn't very exciting, which I don't agree with. I think he's pretty exciting. I think he's growing into an even more exciting fighter than me, myself. But at the same time, it's the same thing for Devin. So, I mean, those two, and it's not like they bringing that much money to the table anyways between the two of them. Yes, I'm sure that they get a lot of money. They have a lot of followers, but it's not like this is Mayweather versus Pacquiao or Mayweather versus Oscar De La Hoya or nothing like that. This is Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, two young guys who are still growing. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, with all that being said, you know, I think I would just like to see the fight. I really don't care. No, I don't really care more or less about any splits and all that shit when it comes to how much money they gonna make and all that crazy shit. I don't really worry about it. I'd rather just see the fight. That shit, sometimes I think that shit should just be left behind the scenes, me personally. But for some, you know, this is boxing. This is today's generation of boxing, and a lot of that stuff is put up front, probably for the media and controversy and all that shit. So it is what it is. But yeah, so that's what's going on right now. Devin Haney sent a offer for a 75-25 split for him being the A side, and Shakur Stevenson has denied that split so far, which he also said this is the first offer that he's gotten. So of course they're going to probably go back and forth for a while. And like I said, I don't think the fight's going to happen anytime soon. Anyways, I'm sure they'll be fighting others in the near future before they ever see each other. So, but yeah, man. So that's what's going on with that. And you know, yeah. In other news, Natasha Jonas. She did her thing. I watched that fight from start to finish, basically. I think actually missed the stoppage. But she did her thing. And one thing I noticed about her, and I'm not sure if she was just anxious in the first round. She was, she bouncing around. She doing her thing. She bouncing, and you could tell she was anxious. She was anxious, but after that first round, because, it's not like she was getting hurt, but she was showing like, okay, literally, I don't know, I can't remember if her trainer or whatever, or maybe she just decided like, yeah, I gotta slow down, because she was on her toes. She was on her toes. That first round, she was on her toes. And I'm like, yeah, I like what she's doing, but at the same time, she gotta slow down. And then once she slowed down and she started picking her shots, man, I can't remember who she fought. What was the name of the girl that she fought? She was a dog. She just wasn't that dog at the time of the fight. But yeah, Natasha did her thing, because when she started picking her shots, and it was just like, okay, see, this is what we was asking for. You know what I'm saying? And that was really cool to see. She did her thing. Wyatt, is that her name? Wyatt. For the IBF, it was vacant. It was a vacant title, and she did her thing. And I try to follow women's boxing more and more as I go. It's just hard because they don't get the shine that they deserve, so it's kind of hard for me. Like, I didn't even know she was fighting this weekend until literally I just turned on my shit, and all of a sudden, I don't even know what app I was watching on. Was it I think it was DAZN. I don't even know, but she did her thing. That's all that matters to me. So, man, boxing is in a better place than it's been over the last few years. Last year was cool. Actually, last year was kind of, it depends on how you look at it. But this year is cool. Yeah, shout out to Natasha. Jonas. She did her thing. Once she started picking her shots, she was kind of fighting. I didn't really like the way she was fighting kind of off of the back foot, but at the same time, it seemed like she was picking her shots a little better off the back foot. And, her being real close to the ropes at times really wasn't what I favored, but it worked for her. And, any good boxer, they do what works for them. They know what works for them, and she made that work. And she bloodied up old girl's nose like crazy, and referee was like, that's it. And I was like, yeah, that is it. That's cool. So, man, we got some new shit. I don't know who's fighting this weekend. I gotta see, but yeah, man, But anyways, I'm gonna be quiet. I'm talking a lot. I gotta get back to work anyways. This Trouble T Roy don't get hit boxing talk. Let's get it. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good shit. Feel me? Peace.